Welcome back to the channel, and it's with much excitement that we get to introduce the Quaife automatic torque biasing differential for Jaguar models. Let's get into it. Now, the open differential here on the left was provided in most Jaguar modern sedans and sports cars. The limited slip differential was offered in the F-Type V6S models, and that's well coveted. But here now we have a new solution, which is the Quaife automatic torque biasing unit that we can apply across a broad range of Jaguars. And as it turns out, every gear ratio has unique pinion to ring gear combination. You can't match different ring gears to different pinions. They won't mesh right. They won't, give you the proper backlash or anything. So we have to be very careful. But what we noticed, or what I've noticed so far, is that the deck height of these units changes between three levels: low, medium, and high. And what I've done is designed the Quaife ATB specified that it had the lowest deck height to receive the broadest range of ring gears with the use of the spacer gear. So we use spacers to raise the deck height to match the ring gear location. Now we also need longer bolts to make sure that it all works, because we are going through more material now. The first unit, being an open differential, is the simplest. It doesn't provide much traction benefit, where one tire can break free and take or consume most of the power from the engine. Now, the dynamic stability control or traction control systems on modern Jaguars do limit that, and they will apply brakes to the corner that is spinning. They will also cut engine throttle, so sort of taking away a lot of the excess power to try to regain control, regain traction, and then allow the driver to drive on. But of course, in a sports application, that is not desirable. One would like to have more inherent grip and less time being taken off the throttle. Okay? That's why the limited slip differential was so popular for the V6S model, because that was able to provide more traction, even under spirited conditions, by a friction differential, which is a friction discs that lock up so that both axles then get tied together and they both turn at the same speed, instead of one turning significantly faster than the other. The Quaife unit, being an automatic torque biasing unit, operates under a bit different principle. The helical gears, which couple the two axles together, do have 45-degree bevel cuts, and that provides radial transmission of force, but also there's axial force on these helical gears that allow them to then transfer torque between the two axles. Unlike the limited slip, which simply ties the two axles together, this one allows torque biasing between the two axles to provide more traction. Okay, it's very attractive and it works great for the road and track use. But if someone says, hey, I want to do drifting, or I want to do some very extreme motorsports, they may be better off with a friction-based limited slip differential, which simply ties the two axle speeds together, instead of this unit, where if one axle does lose all traction, the automatic torque biasing function is lost. Unfortunately, the helical gears can no longer transfer torque between the two axles if one doesn't have a torque basis or is spinning freely. Now, in most Jaguar models, they offer dynamic stability control, or track DCS, TRAC, dynamic stability control. And track DCS is sort of a semi application of dynamic stability control. It allows for some wheel spin. It will catch a wheel if it starts to spin too much, and it allows for more attitude change in the car before the engine power is cut back. So track DCS is very compatible with the Quaife ATB, and they can work in concert with each other, such that if a wheel ever did lose full traction, for example, on a corner where there was lifting of the rear wheel, the track DCS would allow for some wheel spin, but would then catch it and apply the brake. And then that brake would then be able to slow down one axle, give it a torque basis, and then the unit would be able to transfer torque to the other wheel that is on the ground. So very nifty. I highly recommend the use of track DCS, DSC, dynamic stability control. So then we'll pursue the installation of the Quaife unit into the Dana 44 Advantech rear ends that's found in many modern Jaguars.
Well, here we are several days later, and we've been able to install the Quaife ATB unit inside the Jaguar rear differential unit. And of course, along the way, I've developed a set of steps and processes such that we can build the unit with quality. We get the correct preload in the axle bearings, as well as the correct backlash between the pinion and ring gear. And there's quite a bit of shim work to be done and custom shim sizes to be cut. So it's a bit involved, and I'm still sort of hemming and hawing whether this would become a kit that the car owner could install in their own differential, or whether it's best to be done as a regulated process here at Anka Engineering, such that we can ship out quality units to customers. And I do want to say a big thank you to so many of the Jaguar forum members who have supported this process. It's been more than a year since the original concept of developing a limited slip or an automatic torque biasing unit for Jaguar cars. So it's been a long road, and we're finally here at the end where we can finally sample the benefit of our efforts. This unit here will be going into my Jaguar, 2017 V6 manual model. So I can't wait to get out there, test drive it, get some driving impressions, and get that information back to you so that you can make a good decision whether this is the right product for you. Alright, that concludes today's video. I hope you really enjoyed this content. There will be some follow-on content on this unit, okay? And also I know there's a bunch of V8 owners out there that say, hey, how about the E-diff, the electronic diff that has a very large clutch pack in it? I'll tackle that in time, okay? But it's great to hear your enthusiasm, and I'll try to get to it. And remember, my friends, drive well.